Hey, all, welcome back to the SLB Basement Bourbon Bar. It is Monday, and we got a brand new budget bottle.
I was smiling weird at the beginning of that.
Yeah, let's
I didn't like that. Kyle will probably stitch this in anyway, so let's just keep going. How did you end it? Brand new budget.
I said we got a brand new budget bottle from Buffalo Trace from the Benchmark line. They kind of came out. I think they were listening to Trenton. I think they were.
And it
came out with a rye whiskey.
I wasn't going to bring it up because I'm trying to be more humble in 2026.
Oh,
but
is that one of your goals?
I think you're right. I think with all the money Sazerac has for their marketing budget, they watched my plea for a Benchmark Rye whiskey.
What's the distribution on this as far as what everybody else has seen? Have you seen this on Discord being talked about at all? Or
I believe this is going to be like regular old. Where you can find Benchmark, you can find Benchmark Rye, is what I've seen.
Aged at Buffalo Trace Distillery. Well,
Sour mash rye whiskey.
Yeah.
It's weird, though, because I don't recall Benchmark ever having a rye whiskey before, but I did see on OHLQ, Ohio's liquor Q, I don't know what the Q stands for, but they have a 92 proof Benchmark rye listed. And it's a 1 liter. I've never seen it in my life. I did a lot of research on it. Couldn't find anything about it. This one is 100 proof.
I like that. I just looked.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So we're just breaking this bottle out right now. Actually, somehow it was opened. I don't know. I know I didn't take a sip out of it.
You smelled it.
Is that what we did?
Yeah,
we smelled
it?
Okay. Yep. I don't remember that, to tell you the truth.
But last time we had a Benchmark bottle up here, a bottle in the Benchmark glass, it didn't go so well. So I'm hoping that this is better.
Listen, I'm always up for a brand new budget bottle. You know that. If you've been around the channel for any length of time, you know that I'm always in for a brand new budget bottle. This is less than $20. It's around $18. So I'm good with that. I like that. I think that's a very good addition to the Benchmark lineup.
I'm surprised they didn't do it before.
Very.
I remember when we first started doing videos, we did a Benchmark blind, and I can't remember where that went, but I remember when we were trying to get all the bottles for that, I was looking for a rye whiskey, and I didn't see that. That was probably
there's some chocolate in there, some light milk chocolate.
Oh, dude, I kind of
that's the first thing I got, and then it gets herbal a little bit. There's a lot of sweetness in here, dude.
There is the typical Buffalo Trace sweetness.
Boy, I love that lighter. What is that? It's not mint per se, or is that some mint? You're the rye whiskey expert, not me. But it's just like a whole evolution of aromas, honestly. And I'm not being truthful. I'm shocked that the aromas are this strong on an $18 pour.
I
really am.
I did not expect it to have this type of
I'm hoping
aroma.
Praying that the palate follows suit, because now will this keep up with a 10 or 12 year MGP?
Heck no.
No.
Is this
not some of your favorite Willet Ryes that you have on? No. But I'm floored that this is $18. Would have never, if I'd have smelled this, I'd have never guessed it was $18.
But, my
apologies.
You just had to have the phone go off, didn't you?
I thought it was so.
Non-age stated, this one.
Sorry, Cal.
And there's nothing on here about it being bottled in bond. My guess is it's a 4-year. For $18 though.
Don't smell young, I'll promise you that.
No, but actually it really doesn't.
Well, let's taste it. See what we got.
Whoa.
What is that?
I've had this in a few rye whiskeys before. I don't know how to describe it.
It's like a caramel corn? What is it? It's different.
Yes, but like a funky caramel corn. I get a little bit of this almost cologne-y perfuminess to it with the mint in there. It's very interesting. It's grainy, I think. I think that rye grain is kind of coming through. It's not peppery. It's not spicy.
No.
It's light. I wouldn't think that this would be 100 proof. I think it drinks a little bit more like a 92, 96. It drinks really nice. The viscosity is what you would expect from a bottle of this.
Grainy. I think that's maybe that's like a sweetened grain that's coming through to me as like a light form of caramel corn. But I say caramel corn, it's really not in the best way either, though.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to be facetious.
What does that mean?
Misleading.
It does have a little bit of this raw alcohol type of a flavor profile to it. It's like if you guys have ever been on a distillery tour and you've been walking around the fermenters and you like breathe in the alcohol from the fermenters. That's kind of what I get on the palate. It's like this raw, sour mash, grainy note.
My first impression, honestly, is that I'm a little disappointed that the palate did not match up to the aromas, because I thought the aromas were really good.
The aromas were really good.
Yeah, I brought a few bottles out here just for comparison, just in case. I've got a Wild Turkey 101 or an Old Forester. Do we have any indication of what the mash bill might be on this Benchmark? Probably not, right?
No.
I know this Old Forester here has more of a low rye content, and toward this Wild Turkey 101 rye. These are a couple of my favorites that I always keep in here, not only for a little bit of sipping, but primarily a lot of it for mixing cocktails.
You pouring some too?
Yeah. And, of course, these are maybe $5 more. Not much, but still close to that $20 mark. So in that $20 to $25 mark, I can get them around here. So
I am curious because I'm sure when you're a company like Sazerac and you're looking up competition, they want to be under what Wild Turkey 101 and Old Forester are offering price point wise. Mm-hmm. The price point is definitely lower. The proof is pretty much the exact same. Also, I stole the caps.
I'm just at a loss where to put this stuff. I'm looking at it like a mule looking at a new gate. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
It's fine.
It is fine.
Do this.
Okay. Little organization. I should have thought that through a little bit before I pressed play on a camera.
Did we ever think anything? Did you see the beginning of the video? We know. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Not necessarily. What are you tasting right now? I got Old Forester.
I went for Old Forester.
Okay, good. As long as we're tasting the same thing.
This was we don't, unfortunately, down here right now we don't have Rittenhouse Rye.
I don't have any right now.
And that's kind of like a stalwart too when you think of cocktail mixers and just basic pours. I haven't had a straight up pour of Old Forester Rye in some time, so I'm curious to see.
Eons ago, we did an old-fashioned contest of what whiskey, bourbon and or rye, would make the best old-fashioned and Old Forester 100.
We did? I don't remember that. Wow.
It's been quite a while ago.
This has more oomph to it.
Yes, it does. And as expected, it has a little bit more darkness in it there. I think there's a little bit more barley count in this one.
Yeah, that smells a lot more well-rounded. It's not just sweetness. It's got some robustness, some oakiness to it.
Man. That's pretty good. This is a good gateway for those who have never tried rye whiskey, Trenton.
I would agree.
Legitimately. It would only cost you $20 to $25 if you want to try rye whiskey. Just to kind of see what your thoughts are. You got to ease into it with this Old Forester bottle. Now, I'm a novice, as you all know, down here when it comes to cocktails. I've had actual cocktail experts behind the bar tell me that they do not like to mix with Old Forester Rye. I'm going to have to just assume in my head it's because it doesn't have a lot of those rye characteristics, with the herbal, the mint, a lot of those kind of things. It does not have that per se. Maybe the cocktails shine brighter with a little bit more of a high rye profile.
In the turkey. Well, let's kind of see, because there's a definite difference between this and the Old Forester Rye. The Old Forester Rye drinks a little bit proofier. Mm-hmm. You get a little bit more of that like raw rye grain. I wouldn't say it's like a rye spice, because usually with a rye spice you get some like mint or like pine or like those types of notes. Right. I don't get a ton of that in the Old Forester Rye on this one. Mm-hmm. I was expecting it to be a little bit more rye.
It's almost slight maple.
A little bit, yeah.
Slight maple, a little bit of.
I could see why they wouldn't use it to mix. I wouldn't say this is like a quintessential rye whiskey type of a profile for me at least.
Right. All right. Whew.
You ever scrape the underside of your lawnmower to get that dried up grass off? Oh man, it cakes up in the corner. Man, that's exactly what this smells like.
The outside is kind of dry.
Oh, dried, and then the inside's just like soup. It's like grass soup, man. It's got a little mold smell to it. No, this smells like the underside of your lawnmower. In a nice way. It's a little Sharpie-ish.
In a good way.
It's a little Sharpie-ish. I'll say that much.
A little bit, but you can see the brighter notes. There's a little citrus in here.
I get a little bit of an orange, like an expressed orange peel type of a thing. It definitely got some grassy notes on
grassy
that.
herbal, a little bit of mint. Yeah,
I get some like
really
organic-y. When I get like organic notes, it usually is like a honey or like a fermentation type of a thing. I just made some focaccia today.
You did? Huh?
I did. It turned out pretty good, and it's like yeasty. It kind of smelled like a distillery when I was making it. Wow, man, yeah.
This smells great. Wow.
This is quite the gamut.
I'm gonna throw it out there right now.
Uh-oh.
This wild turkey 101 rye is head and shoulders above 101 bourbon. That's darn good.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's freaking darn good.
You talking about the 8-year or there's no way you're talking about
No, just the basic release. It's very good. That's really good.
Does Turkey make an 8-year rye? Like
No.
they should.
No.
They should do that for like
And now it's kind of a little bit more, as I'm speaking out loud here, I can understand why some of the cocktail experts that I was speaking to prefer, and they've actually pointed out this 101 rye. They didn't even use the Rittenhouse, which I know is predominantly used in a lot of cocktail settings.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong, I think the Rittenhouse also has a lower rye content as well.
I want to say it's 52%.
Yeah, and I think in
put my
modern day cocktail expressions, this higher rye is standing up stronger in certain different cocktails that are being made today. I don't know.
I would be curious.
I'm not that expert, but this is fantastic. I love it.
This won over this in a old fashioned competition.
I don't even know if we used this. I think this is the only rye we used. So basically, the point was we did a lot of bourbons and the rye won.
We should do ryes only for old fashioned.
We should. Anymore, guys, that's all I use is rye whiskey for old fashioned. Ever since this happened, it just works. It just does.
We should do that. I think that'd be cool. I think the Benchmark has a place for those that want to purchase a rye whiskey and not really get a whole lot of rye characteristics, but still have something sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Not having anything from Benchmark in quite some time, I would
get back to that.
I'm not sure if this really stands out in the Benchmark lineup in terms of the other 5 or 6 offerings they have for bourbons. To me, this doesn't even really taste like a rye. But take that with a grain of salt because I like a burly, mapley, just nasty rye whiskey that's like really up front with the rye spice and those notes.
I taste it again, Trent, and it's okay. It's not bad whatsoever. I would not complain about it. It is $18. So I think the price point's fantastic. I love it that they put it at 100 proof. There's just some weird notes going on in there. That's all. And I have no idea what their mash bill is or anything like that, but it's just a little weird on the palate. A little different than what you would expect.
I want to sit down with this and let it open up a little bit because it does make me curious if it's. I wish they had the mash bill too, because to me it seems like it's like a barley husk type of a.
Yeah, there's definitely some
like that.
When you went back to that grainy note, I like that because it's kind of an earthy, grainy, predominant flavor in there, just a little bit. And there is some brightness in there too. There's a little bit of, maybe a possible citrus and a little mint or something like that. But predominantly it's that grainy type note. It's the best I can give it to you. But once again, $18. I'm happy that they actually came out with something that was a budget style offering.
Me too.
In a rye whiskey.
Especially after the latest Sazerac released. I was a little bit worried that this was just going to be another flop, but I think this is a decent rye whiskey, especially for the price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in my opinion, I think Wild Turkey 101 rye towers over this one.
I would agree.
However, I don't think it's that far apart on the Old Forester.
I don't either, which is surprising. It is really surprising. If you're looking for trying to pick between these three, I would say go with the Wild Turkey 101.
And don't be afraid to mix rye whiskey in your old fashioned.
Do it. It'll change
I know a
your
lot
life.
of people just don't think that that's a thing or should happen. But please, especially if you're using Demerara syrups, if you're using regular simple syrup, I wouldn't suggest it.
Nope.
But if you're using a Demerara syrup or a maple syrup, definitely try it. You're going to be surprised.
Also, of the three that are not on here, if you're doing an old fashioned with a rye, use Still Austin rye.
Well, I've been mixing
Dynamite.
a lot with Still Austin. However, it's like $45 mark.
Fantastic.
Love that one to mix with. Holy cow! I had one here and it only lasted like 6 weeks.
I have a couple at home. I'll get one to you.
All right, guys. That's all we got for you today. Let us know in the comments if you want to see that showdown, that old-fashioned showdown using strictly rye whiskeys.
Yeah, we'll figure out how to do it.
That'd be fun. All right, guys. Always ask you to please drink responsibly. We'll see you next time right down here at Trent and Me in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.